What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Now, there is way too much to go over the weekend and pretty much all the hits and the misses, but hopefully you guys see it on the screen here. I am no way going to be able to go through all of this today, but hopefully you guys do appreciate that pretty much everything is there laid out on the screen for you. There are probably some misses and stuff that I didn't end up screenshotting or just whatever because the screen is super full, but going through a lot of these guys, overall, we had a decent weekend. We pretty much broke even, which is really crazy to think about when I had like 40 entries and we were pretty set up for the weekend. I will say really the main thing was a lot of these four-mans, and I think there was actually more four-mans that just barely missed than I even have on this screenshot here. But like, for example, this one here, if I can get through some of this clutter, but this one here, we needed Brady Cook and AD Mitchell to go under. Both of them go over by like 3 yards, right? AD Mitchell goes over by 1 receiving yard. Brady Cook goes over by like 3 to 4 yards right here. So if they do go under together, Brady Cook literally doesn't complete one more pass, then he does go ahead and hit and we catch another 8x. So that would have been nice to see. Call of Duty kind of let me down a little bit this weekend. I still think it's extremely correlated together, and you also get no payout shift from it. And you'll actually see why, like it being correlated right here. So I took the two over. I took over and under on separate teams, and this guy ends up going over. These guys going under. So again, there's another four-man that could have hit. Another four-man here. This one, for example, this guy misses just a little bit. So again, I apologize if everything is very small and hard to see. But again, there's been a lot of entries throughout the weekend. Of course, this was an 8x that we hit right here. CJ Stroud, Nico Collins. I took them over together. Really good call there. They had a couple of very long bombs to each other. Of course, the more that CJ Stroud does, the more that CJ Stroud throws the ball well, the more that Nico Collins is going to do. Same thing over here with Jared Goff and Amon-Ra. I took him over. I took Amon-Ra over, right? And you'll see Amon-Ra got a 52-yard catch in that game. So that pretty much sent Jared Goff over. That also sent Amon-Ra over there. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, I pretty much did the opposite. I took their unders. Bryce Young, Ted McMillan took their unders. Here is a full esports correlated slip right here with Dota and League of Legends, Dota and Counter-Strike right here, and you'll see that these Counter-Strike guys go way over their lines, which is nice to see. This guy literally got 66 kills when his line was 32. So I didn't watch the game. This game happened at like 4 a.m. or something like that, but I can tell you guys right now, if you don't know about Counter-Strike, when a game goes into overtime, right? So this game for sure went into overtime. There's no way to get 66 kills unless you go into some overtime periods. This game for sure went into overtime, and that's why a lot of times I'll take either the overs together or unders together, because if a very long game happens, like an overtime game or a double, triple overtime game, then a lot of kills are going to happen. If that does not happen and it's a very short game, then the unders are likely to hit. Here's a play that we hit on Saturday here with unders in college football. And so again, a lot to go over. Pretty much everything here is more of the same, right? You're going to see a lot of NFL or college football. Again, there was not that many college football games, but you're going to see a lot of NFL guys either go over together, so like Joe Burrow, Jamar right here, and then League of Legends does not hit. And then you're going to see a lot of esports go over together, under together, right? So you'll see actually League of Legends, the overs hit together right here, but unfortunately the unders hit together right here, right? So if we would have took the unders instead of the overs, that would have went ahead and hit for us. We also had some DMPs down here in the bottom. So if these, and we were set up with them on Dota. One thing I do want to say, guys, this is the last thing I'll probably go over. Well, I actually have a couple of things to go over in ONYX, but Dota has been so good, okay? Dota has been so extremely good. I don't know. I mean, it feels like we're hitting at like 75% of the time or something, and I'm not even joking about that. I know that sounds crazy. I know, a lot of sports bettors are going to be like, I'm going to try to hit like 60% of the time. No one can hit higher than 60% of the time. But guys, sometimes there's an esport or something. A lot of times it's these like niche things that a lot of people do not know. Like PrizePicks is not aware of them right now, that you can absolutely abuse. So we were abusing Dota, even though it was kind of a break-even weekend, and I can show you guys that. If you guys don't know, I track pretty much everything. The last time that I updated this graph, it literally said 197, okay? Now it says 195.9. So I think we went down in total, after like 60 entries the past week, we went down 1 unit, okay? So again, it has been a very up and down past 30 days. You'll pretty much see here, this was October, just to show you guys the time of everything. This was October. We we literally go up 100 units in October doing the same stuff. And then it's been just like very up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down throughout November and so far in December, right? So again, that's part of the game, guys. Sometimes you're just going to absolutely outperform. Sometimes you're not. If you guys do not know, we are very profitable on this channel though, using the strategy that I talked about, using the correlation with the overs and unders. Okay. So if you guys are new to the channel, or maybe you guys are watching again, you guys can get a signed Odell jersey giveaway right here. All you have to do is like and comment every single day in December, and I will get you additional raffle tickets into this entry. So if you comment every single day in December, you could get 20 plus entries into this raffle and have a nice like Christmas present. That will be this signed Odell jersey giveaway right here. So again, guys, like, comment, subscribe on the video. Very quickly, I do want to go through ONYX. This is the past 10 plays on ONYX. I'm not sure if this is in like order or something like that, but you'll see what I really want to highlight. Like, this was yesterday's play. This guy literally got 0 rebounds, so this was a really bad one. But I sent this out, I think on like Thursday, but I sent this out on Thursday and said we had to wait a couple of days. But 2 NFL plays hit yesterday. Zay Flowers under and then Keenan Allen over. Both of these hit. And you'll pretty much just see the past 10 entries or so on ONYX, right? And I'm going to be talking about ONYX here in a second. Now, this I do also want to go over just because, again, guys, I'm super transparent. This was the plays that I think I gave out on Saturday morning, and there were some college football plays and then there were some NFL plays. So this looks a lot worse than it actually was. And again, they were losses, so I'll take them, to the chin or whatever you want to say. But Blake Horvath literally misses by 3 yards. Damon Williams misses by 1 yard. Okay, he needed 1 more passing yard and we would have hit this. And Blake Horvath needed 3 more rushing yards and he would have hit this. And I will say with Blake Horvath in particular, I think he hit this line, or he had like 109, and then he took 2 or 3 QB kneels and goes under this. So he had a couple of kneels, and that counts for -1 yards for him. And then he goes under this line. Okay, so a little bit of a heartbreaker there, of course, but it is what it is, right? Sometimes these lines are set very well. Vegas and PrizePicks, whatever you want to call them, knows what they're doing, right? So it's hard to beat these lines and these bookmakers sometimes, because they really, really are on point with their lines sometimes. But overall, it is what it is. At the end of the day, can I really say that Damon Williams, who almost put up 40 points against Boise State, when Boise State was like a top 20 passing defense, I don't think that was really a bad call. I think it was a good call to take him over. Really, the only thing that happened in this game was Boise just put up absolutely no points. So Washington did not have to throw the ball at all because they were up by 30 points and they didn't want to get anyone injured or anything like that. So very close stuff. Obviously, Bam Knight gets rebooted there, and then Shadur does go under, and then Jordan Love does go under here. So again, hopefully you guys can see what I'm saying here. We got very close to a couple of these. Like, if this goes green and this goes green, then I look like a genius. And it's like, oh, look, guys, we had so many plays hit. But again, that's how betting is sometimes, guys. And I try to at least be transparent about that too. So I talked about ONYX odds a little bit. Here's the play on ONYX. As I said, we have been crushing ONYX. I showed that all those screenshots there. I think we were like 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10, something like that. And this is going to be the play of the day for ONYX odds, guys. It is Kawhi under PRA. So if you guys don't know about ONYX odds, they're giving away $100 in free picks. All you have to do is use my code detective. And if you want to get access to ONYX odds and access to a month free on my VIP, just text me the word ONYX. I'll give you guys those instructions. All of the purple states that you see right here is where ONYX is available in, and you can sign up. It takes like 5 minutes. Put $10 into ONYX, take a $10 entry, and you guys will get 1 free month of the VIP plus $100 in free picks. All right, and you can deploy that with whatever you want. ONYX has parlays, they have money lines, they have spreads, they have futures, I believe, futures bets, and then they have player props as well. As that's really what we focus on this channel. So yeah, sign up for ONYX, guys. You can do the same thing with Sleeper. You can do the same thing with Underdog Fantasy. Again, these apps, they help me out. You'll get these apps to start betting with. Again, I send out maybe 1 to 2 picks on Sleeper a day. I send out maybe 1 to 2 picks on ONYX a day, and then I send out maybe 7-8 picks on PrizePicks a day. Okay, so these little apps, these other apps I don't talk about as much, like ONYX and like Sleeper, they're important still. They're still very important, and we want to utilize them as much as we can. So let's get into the PrizePicks play of the day. It is going to be a 3-man. But you guys know what we do here. We do correlation, all right? So this is going to be a 3-man right here. And we are going to take Tua over, and we're going to take Devon Achane over as well. So the reason why we're taking these two guys over is because they're extremely correlated together. So if you think about it, if Tua throws for, let's just say, 300 yards in tonight's game, think whatever you want about Tua, but he could definitely throw for 300 yards against a weak Pittsburgh defense, especially if he finds himself trailing in this game. So Miami has, I think they're on like a 4 or 5 game win streak. I think that might come to an end tonight, or it's going to be very hard for them to win this game. And I think they're going to be playing from behind a lot in this game. So I think Tua's going to have to throw the ball quite a lot. Now, Achane, he's one of those running backs similar to like Bijan or McCaffrey, where he is a receiving running back a lot of the time. And I think 27.5 especially is way too low for him. I've seen this guy in the high 30s, if not the low 40s a lot of times for his line. So he can get 4 to 5 catches easily in some of these games, and he can easily break out a screen pass for, 60 yards, 50 yards, whatever you want to say. So let's just say Devon Achane gets a 60-yard screen pass thrown to him. It's screen pass, he catches it, he runs for 50, 60 yards. That's going to mean that Tua is going to instantly get like right here. Okay, maybe not that far, but he's going to instantly get like this many yards from that happening, and then Achane's obviously going to hit over as well. So these guys are very tied together. If Tua does very well, Achane's going to do very well catching the ball. If Achane catches long passes, obviously those are going to be coming from Tua. So this is our strategy we use. It's called correlation. You can do this in the NFL, in college football, in esports. You can do a lot of different things with correlation. Now, the third pick of the day is going to be Brook Lopez under PRA. I have a funny feeling that this is going to bump off the board just because they love to turn these, especially small lines, like when it's like 8.5 PRA, they love to turn these into like green goblins, so you can't take the under at all, which is really annoying. But this is going to be the third pick. It's going to be Brook Lopez to go under 8.5 PRA. He's getting like 10 minutes a night, guys. And again, getting 8.5 in just 10 minutes a night is very hard to do, especially because a lot of that PRA does come from his points, right? So he's projected to get 5.5 points. So it's going to be hard to get 5.5 points as like a very, very secondary option in this offense right here. Okay, guys. So the fourth pick of the day, and this is really going to be kind of a filler pick if that Brook Lopez line does bump off the board, is going to be Anthony Davis. If this would go ahead and load, my internet's been very slow for me recently, but it's going to be Anthony Davis, and we're going to take him over 1.5 block shots. All right, so this is going to be the kind of filler pick. So if Brook Lopez is actually bumped off the board, you can go ahead and sub in this Anthony Davis pick, all right, in the NBA. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Again, sign up for ONYX odds, sign up for Underdog, sign up for Sleeper. Again, the instructions are up here. My number is up here. You guys can text me anything you would like. And again, like, comment, subscribe for this Odell jersey that I'm going to be giving away very soon here. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.